It starts with static, then her breath, a little laugh, afraid of depth. She says, hey, it's me, just thought I'd call, like it meant nothing much at all. There's traffic humming in the back, and years of silence in the cracks. The last voicemail she left still plays inside my chest. No big goodbye, no final plea, just pieces of what used to be. And every word she didn't say sings louder than the ones that stayed. The last voicemail she left, a ghost I never could forget. She talked about a book we shared, a line she underlined then stared. She said, I hope you're doing fine, I miss your songs around this time. Then silence paused like it might break, but ended with a clean heartache. The last voicemail she left still echoes past my breath. It wasn't long, it wasn't clear, but God, it still brings her near. And every half-formed memory feels sharper than it ought to be. The last voicemail she left still haunts the part I can't reset. I should have called, I should have tried, but we all lose what we can't confide. And now her voice is just a sound that lives when no one is around. The last voicemail she left still plays inside regret, like vinyl hiss, like autumn wind that never finds its home again. I never pressed delete that day, it's proof she didn't fade away. The last voicemail she left still says the things I never said. I found it in a drawer beneath some postcards and a winter wreath. A mixtape labeled June and blue, side A for me, side B for you. Your handwriting a little bent, like all the words you never sent. A mixtape left in an old drawer, with voices I don't hear no more. Each track a scar, each pause a breath, a soundtrack stitched with love and death. And though the tape won't always play, the silence still knows what we'd say. That mixtape left in an old drawer still holds the us that came before. inside fades into something fine. Your taste in songs was close to mine, but in between the tunes we chose were things we hid and didn't show. Like why you left and where you went, and what that midnight message meant. A mixtape left in an old drawer still spins like time inside a war. A reel of highs, a loop of ache, where nothing's fake and nothing's safe. And though the years have changed the sound, the ghosts in there still hang around. That mixtape left in an old drawer says what our mouths don't anymore. No Spotify, no modern screen, just ribbon dreams and tambourines. And if I press rewind tonight, I might forgive or hold too tight. A mixtape left in an old drawer reminds me who we made it for. And though we never played side B, it sings like you were here with me. A fragile thing, a worn out score, but still it plays, and I want more. I wore that watch since I was 10, passed down from some forgotten friend. It ticked through storms and wedding vows, through coffee cups and late night rows. But sometime past 11:43, it froze while she walked out on me. A watch that stopped the night she left. No reason why, no gears bereft, just hands that chose to hold their place, like time refused to show its face. And though I wound it, begged and shook, it stayed right there like how she looked. A watch that stopped the night she left, still tied around my quiet chest. The second hand won't play along, like all the lines in our old song. And though the frame is scratched and worn, it beats more truth than I've ever sworn. I took it in, the man just said, this kind of thing won't fix what's dead. A watch that stopped the night she left won't march ahead, won't mourn what's next. It's stuck in what I didn't say, between her keys and Cadillac gray. And every time I check the time, it just reminds me she was mine. wound. Some clocks are made to mark the nights we can't evade. And when they break, it isn't chance, it's fate refusing one more dance. A watch that stopped the night she left still marks the loss I can't accept. It sits in drawers and midnight thoughts, amongst receipts and coffee spots. And though the world has moved ahead, it keeps the hour I last bled. A watch that stopped the night she left still ticks in all I never said.
The vacancy sign flickers blue and red. 12 parking spots, one half-lit bed. A coffee pot that don't quite brew, and curtains stained with other truths. The clerk just nods, no questions asked. Another face behind the glass. It's a night in a motel where no one asks your name, where silence feels like part of some old game. The walls are thin, the hours slow, and everything feels long ago. No past to haunt, no plans to claim. Just a night in a motel with no name. The TV hums a preacher's voice. The vending machine gives you no choice. You eat alone beneath the glow of dreams that dim but never go. You call no one calls back. You trace old scars and paper cracks. It's a night in a motel where no one asks your name, where your reflection don't look quite the same. The ice machine is out again and goes smooth through the bathroom fan. The only thing you might reclaim is the ache that brought you here in shame. Some rooms aren't made to feel like home, they're just a pause on roads unknown. Where people land and leave behind the things they meant to never find. It's a night in a motel where no one asks your name, where sorrow hangs like window pane. And though you'll leave at morning's light, you'll carry what you felt that night. No story told, no one to blame. Just a night in a motel in your name. you lines with trembling hands from motel desks and borderlands. Stamped each thought with quiet grace and prayed you'd read my messy place. But they came back one by one, marked return and under dome. Letters returned unopened, like prayers left in the rain. Each word I chose got frozen in that silence you ordained. No postmark of forgiveness, no ink to ease the pain, just letters returned unopened and a heart you won't explain. The paper smelled of midnight smoke, of songs and truths we never spoke. I sealed regret behind my name, but you just sent it back the same. You didn't burn, you didn't cry, just sent it like you walked on by. Letters returned unopened, like ghosts without a face. No tears, stains, or erasures, just the coldness of your grace. No note inside that said I'm fine, no scribbled lines or sign, just letters returned unopened and a love that's out of time. They say that words can bridge the space, but not when they're refused a place. And now my thoughts live in a pile, stamped unbroken out of style. The letters returned unopened now live in my top drawer, still folded with the hope I had when I slipped them past your door. And maybe one day you'll unfold the things I never could withhold. Till then, they rest unopened, like the heart you once controlled.
The suitcase sits by the hallway door, same place she dropped the night before. Her coat still folded on the top, as if she left but couldn't stop. No zipper pull, no wheels to roll, just silence heavy, loud and whole. A suitcase still packed after she said goodbye, like a breath that never learned to die. All the dresses, all the plans, folded neat by careful hands. She said she'd leave, but not how far. Now her scent still clings like an old guitar. The suitcase still packed, just sitting there, a monument of vacant air. twice, but part of me still rolls the dice that she'll come back to claim her things with April rain and wedding rings. But every morning proves me wrong, and every dust just drags too long. A suitcase still packed after she said goodbye, like a room that won't admit the sky. The socks still paired, the notes unread, like someone paused and left instead. No goodbye kiss, no taxi sound, just one bag waiting on the ground. The suitcase still packed like it's a prayer for love that left without repair. She left something worth more, a still life framed in cotton thread of what we were and what was said. A suitcase still packed after she said goodbye. Now shadows fold where hopes would lie. I leave it there, I let it be, as if she's still inside of me. And when I pass it late at night, I almost turn on one last light. A suitcase still packed, untouched, untried, like every word I kept inside.
The static cleared around track 2. Then came a laugh I thought I knew, a whispered line about the rain, and I swear it pulled me back again. It wasn't her, or so I guessed, but it hit like something half confessed. A voice on the radio that sounds like her, like wind inside a weathered blur. It said, "This one's for the hearts that ache," and I forgot which path to take. She's not a DJ, not a star, but I'd follow that sound wherever you are. A voice on the radio that sounds like her. Turn my steering wheel into a blur. She spoke between two country songs about lovers lost and holding on. The way she said, "I miss the fall," felt just like our old porch and walls. I tried to catch the station's name, but the signal slipped like blame. A voice on the radio that sounds like her, like dreams that drift but don't occur. It filled the car with warmth and sting, like late July and wedding rings. No last name said no the places we prefer. Maybe it's just the darkened wind, or the way some wounds don't ever mend. But every time that station plays, I pray her ghost has more to say. A voice on the radio that sounds like her still turns my nights to yes and word. It plays like fade with perfect tone and leaves me reaching toward the phone. But no one's there, just whisper sound, still circling that haunted round. A voice on the radio. He's got one lamb, one crooked blind, her coat hook with no coat to find. The key was left beneath the mat, still waiting where he placed it at. A note that said I'll come by June. But June just passed without a tune. It's the room he rented but never moved into, where sunlight paints the walls in blue. The bed untouched, the faucet dry, a silence you can't quite deny. The landlord asked, should I let go? But somehow still she didn't know the room he rented but never moved into. Feels more like truth than people do. His boxes came by postal van, full of books, a worn out pen. But nothing else came through the door. No suitcase voice or steps at 4, just dust that settled slow and kind. Like someone changed a fragile mind. It's the room he rented but never moved into, with one burned bulb and laces too. His name still sits on mailbox brass, like hope that stretches out too fast. He might have meant to start again, but not all ghosts know where or when. The room he rented but never moved into waits like a life he almost knew. Some places hold what never was, a promise paused without a cause. And rooms like this, they softly weep for stories no one got to keep. It's the room he rented but never moved into, where dreams hung on a rusty screw. The curtain sways with phantom breath, as if he left instead of death. No one came to claim the key, but that small room remembers he, the one who almost passed straight through the room he rented and never knew. Some places hold what never was, a promise paused without a cause. And rooms like this, they softly weep for stories no one got to keep. No one came to claim the key. I lit it once, back in July, when your coat still hung nearby. I meant to blow it out by fall, but never did, just let it call. Its flame was small, but never died, like all the words I left inside. The candle that stayed lit through every storm and quiet split. No wind could take it from its post. It burned for you, the very most. It wasn't loud, it wasn't grand, just warmth you'd feel but wouldn't plan. The candle that stayed lit outlasted when your shadow quit. I watched it flicker through the news, through songs we loved and unpaid dues, through winter's breath and window frost. It stayed though everything I lost. And even when I left the room, its glow still whispered like perfume. The candle that stayed lit held many we without permit. It wasn't meant to shine that long, but it outlived our favorite song. No match could start what it became. It burned not fire but your name. The candle that stayed lit now lights the space where you once fit. Some loves explode, some loves resign, but this one just refused the line. And while the dark came slow and sure, that flame kept dancing like it knew her. The candle that stayed lit still sits beside the photograph you knit. No one's here to trim its wick, but still it burns, quiet and quick. And if you ever do return, you'll find the light that dared to burn. The candle that stayed lit, like me, too stubborn to admit. The porch still leans the way it did when you leaned back and softly hid a cigarette, a bitten smile. Your words hung there for just a while, and though the steps are cracked and worn, the space still breathes the way you're gone. Rain fell where you stood, not on the grass, not on the wood, but right where you once said my name.
Like heaven tried to frame the blame. The drops hit hard, the wind turned slow, as if the sky refused to know. Rain fell where you stood, like it understood. Like it understood. The garden tried to bloom that year, but soil forgot what roots hold dear. The fence you leaned on won't align. It tilts like time forgot its spine. And every April smells like then, but never brings you back again. Rain fell where you stood, in that old coat with hidden hood. It hit the earth like half goodbyes, like poems lost in lullabies. I watched it pour and didn't run, just stared until the clouds were done. Rain fell where you stood, and nothing else could. They say the sky don't pick its place, but I swear it knew your shape, your face. And though the storm is come and gone, that patch of ground still reigns alone. Rain fell where you stood, not anywhere the way it should. It didn't care for roof or shade, it only knew the mark you made. And now when storms come rolling slow, I watch that spot still take the blow. Rain falls where you once stood, and I still would. Wrote it down on hotel notepads, folded lines between the good and bad. Your name in ink, your laughing rhyme, a second chance that missed its time. I kept it hidden in my coat, the weight of every word I wrote. It's the note I never sent, full of things I might have meant, 1,000 truths I never spoke, in sentences that nearly broke. No address, no final page, just thoughts that couldn't leave the cage. The note I never sent still burns without a vent. It had your song, it had your storm, it kept my side of love still warm. I crossed out lines, I wrote too fast, like I still love you from the past. I signed it once, then changed my name, afraid you'd read it just the same. It's the note I never sent, a quiet scream, a last lament. It said too much, and I where my silence went. I thought of mailing it each spring, but some confessions clip their wings. And though I moved and let you go, that paper stays beneath my soul. Ooh. It's the note I never sent, not for lack of will or punishment, but some truths die too slow to speak, and bloom in ink but never leak. So if one day you wonder why no love was there, it just passed by. In the note I never sent, still folded where I meant. We follow roads as far they'd bend, past wooden signs that had no end, through cornfield skies and desert moons, with hearts like half-forgotten tunes. You said beyond here no one knows, but still we drove where silence grows, where the maps fade out, where no one talks and no one shouts, just wind and fence posts leaning right. No city lines, no motel light. We reached the edge where paper stops, and left our names on weathered rocks, where the maps fade out. We learn what life's about. We lost the signal, lost the song, but somehow didn't feel it wrong. Your hand was warm, your eyes were wide, like someone seeing from inside. We slept beneath a cedar tree and woke to birds that spoke like sea, where the maps fade out, no route to trace, no planned reroute. The stars became our only code as morning climbed an unnamed road. No border drawn, no time to spare, just you and me in open air, where the maps fade out. We stop pretending doubt. Most folks stay where roads are short, but some hearts need the vague, the blur, and every love that won't survive still dreams of where it comes alive, where the maps fade out, where trust is more than knowing how, where days aren't measured by a mile, but by the way behind a smile. I never asked if you'd stay true, I just kept walking next to you, where the maps fade out was where I found you.
hung behind the kitchen door, worn at the cuffs, a little torn. I didn't buy it, wasn't new. It smelled like rain and distant you. I think she left it late last fall, or maybe no one came at all. The jacket that wasn't mine, but fit like something by design. It held the shape of someone's grace, a ghost stitched deep in every trace. I wore it once on colder nights and felt her leaving in the lights. The jacket that wasn't mine still held the weight of some goodbye. There's lipstick stain on collar thread, a song tag I had never read. It's not my color, not my size, but still it hides me from the skies. I asked around, but no one knew who left their past in woven blue. The jacket that wasn't mine became my shelter over time. I wore it like a borrowed fate, too warm to leave, too late to wait. And though it's torn, I patch with care, a thing not mine but always there. The jacket that wasn't mine now feels more mine than things I find. We keep what strangers leave behind and make it part of our own kind, like stories found in thrift store sleeves, or names forgotten by the leaves. The jacket that wasn't mine still hangs where time forgot the line between what's given, what's been lost, and what we wear despite the cost. I'll keep it clean, I'll keep it near, until her memory disappears. Jacket that wasn't mine now fits me just like old design. We sat too close that autumn night, you in corduroy, me in quiet. The kettle whistled, but we stayed in silences we never weighed. I saw the flicker in your glance, but neither moved to take the chance. We never lit that fire, though the room begged with desire. The logs were stacked, the match was near, but both of us held back the fear. We smiled like friends who almost knew, but didn't dare to see it through. We never lit that fire, but it still warms me when nights tire. one testing if I care. And I replied in half-formed notes, as if we walked on frozen boats. The flame was there, the kindling dry, but love needs more than just a try. We never lit that fire, though hearts lean close, a bit inspired. You brushed my sleeve, I held my breath, but let it pass like spoken death. And though we laughed and drank our tea, the air still cracked with what could be. We never lit that fire, but I still feel its phantom choir. Some flames don't burn, they just exist, like lines we thought of but dismissed. And maybe that's a kind of grace, to leave it pure, untouched by chase. We never lit that fire, but every fall I still inquire if somewhere deep you still recall that night we nearly risked it all. No ashes here, no smoke to show, but in my chest it set aglow. We never lit that fire, yet it's the one I'll never outgrow.
Your coat was gone from off the chair. No keys, no note, no perfume air. But on the table by the sun, a coffee cup said what you'd done. The lipstick marked the rising steam, felt louder than a shouted scream. The cup was still warm, like you had just outrun the storm, like you had paused to take a breath before you chose a different depth. It held no words, it held no name, but told me love had left the frame. The cup was still warm, but you were already gone. I touched the rim, it burned my skin, the way a ghost might pull you in. No sound, no slam, no final line, just coffee cooling over time. I sat and stared like it might speak, but heat runs out and hearts go weak. The cup was still warm, like silence wearing someone's form. A trace of you in porcelain that wouldn't say where you had been. And though the toast sat in the rack, I knew you wouldn't be back. The cup was still warm, like love before it's torn.
but others go where stillness belongs. And all they leave are subtle signs, like cups and coats and crooked blinds. The cup was still warm, and that was how I knew the harm. It wasn't rage, it wasn't fight, just leaving wrapped in morning light. I drank it slow, then let it be the last small heat you left with me. The cup was still warm, but colder than it used to be.
I found a letter in the drawer. Your script was strong, but not much more. The edges curled like leaves in flame, and time had smudged your steady name. I tried to read what once felt clear, but words don't age the same as fear. Your name fades in dust, like window panes that lose their trust, like old guitar strings left to rust, or promises that time adjusts. I don't forget, I just don't try chase what memory lets die. Your name fades in dust, but once it sang in all of us. The bookshelf holds a crooked frame of nights we laughed and played the game. Now the glass is streaked and gray. I wipe it clean, then look away. Some names we carve in stone so deep, but yours just settled where we sleep. Your name fades in dust, no thunder roll, no just quiet drift on idle shelves, where echoes folding into themselves. And though I hum our song sometimes, I skip the verse that used your lines. Your name fades in dust, like something lost that never fuzzed. It's not regret, it's not disdain. It's just that silence leaves no stain. And love, once loud, can learn to hush, then scatter soft in morning's brush. Your name fades in dust, and I no longer call it us. No photograph, no midnight cry, just softer air where once stood wire. You're not erased, you're No pillow leans like once they mused. Your side is cold, the scent is gone, just cotton ghost where dreams held on. I lay the same, but somehow still the bed no longer bends to will. The bed forgot our shape, like sand that smoothed the castle's drape. Like how a song fades in refrain, once sung now lost in window pane. It used to cup where you would curl, but now it's just a stranger's world. The bed forgot our shape, like time erased the place we draped. The headboard creaks, but not in tune. It used to hum like late June moon. The blanket falls without your side, like silence learning where to hide. And I still reach at 2 a.m., but shadows don't remember them. The bed forgot our shape, no hollow left for hearts to drape. The mattress stiff from too much still, where once we rolled, now no such thrill. I try to dream in spots you knew, but sleep avoids the shape of you. The bed forgot our shape, and in its form I feel escape. Some spaces hold, some slowly fade, like names the morning light betrays. And even softness grows unkind when left too long by love's design. The bed forgot our shape, no curve, no dip, no shared escape. Just linen smooth by weeks alone, and whispers stitched in undertone. I lay beside what once was us, now just a frame collecting dust. The bed forgot our shape, but I still ache where you would drape. You didn't slam the screen door shut, no angry words, no final cut. Just took your coat, your old LPs, and left the silence in degrees. But on the wall, the hallway glowed, the light still on, like some soft code. You left the light but took the key, like half a song in minor D. You gave me hope in golden hue, then locked the door I'd pass for you. The bulb still hums its amber light while I replay your muted sigh. You left the light but took the key, like saying don't, while letting me be. The door's still closed, the latch intact, but locks don't care what words we lacked. I check the porch when night comes down, still half believing you're in town. But keys don't lie, and lights don't stay. They only flicker what won't stay. You left the light but took the key, a kindness carved in cruelty. It's like you whispered I'll return, while watching everything we burn. And now this house feels wide and small, too lit to sleep, too dark to call. You left the light but took the key, and every room now answers me. Some leave with storms, with thunder cracks, but you just dimmed, then turned your back. No mess, no scene, no grand goodbye, just absence dressed in lullaby. You left the light but took the key, and that's the part that ruins me. The switch still works but not your hand. The lock remains like some last stand. And though the hallway never changed, its meaning grew so rearranged. You left the light but took the key, and now it's only me who sees.
The sky was clear, or so we thought. No clouds to hide the love we caught. Your hands were trembling near my sleeve, like stars that burn then choose to leave. We kissed beneath a willow tree, but nothing looked, no one could see. The moon wasn't watching us, no silver light, no glowing trust, just shadows stretching through the grass, like moments made to never last. We thought the night might bless our name, but silence swallowed all the flame. The moon wasn't watching us, and so we vanished without fuss. You whispered truths, both small and deep, like prayers you'd borrowed just to keep. I held your face, you closed your eyes, as if that made it less like lies. But when I looked to catch a sign, the sky was blank, no sacred line. The moon wasn't watching us, no witness hung in midnight's hush, just breath and touch, then slow retreat, like waves that never kiss your feet. We weren't a story stars would save, just echoes no one ever gave. The moon wasn't watching us, so even fate won't speak of us. I used to think all love was seen by heaven's high and fields serene, but now I know some hearts collide where even starlight fails to bite. The moon wasn't watching us, it turned its face, withheld its trust,
just.
The drapes are thin, the glass still clear, but everything has changed in here. The chair still leans the way you sat, your shadow tucked inside your hat. The sun still spills the golden dust, but what it shines on now is rust. The window faced the past, it held the love we thought would last. It framed your smile that lit the dawn, then watched you turn and just be gone. It saw the days we didn't speak, it knows the cracks, it heard the creak. The window faced the past, and now it shows me what won't last. You trace the fog with quiet hands, draw hearts and names in shifting sands. I watched you dream beyond the glass of distant hills and greener grass. But still you stayed until the night you left with neither blame nor fight. The window faced the past, it froze the scenes we lived too fast. The dance we did in morning's light, the silence thick on sleepless nights. It doesn't lie, it doesn't weep, just stares where memories softly sleep. The window faced the past, and now it holds what slipped too fast. Some look out to see the new, I look in and still see you. A frame of pain, a silent vow that keeps me in the here and now. The window faced the past, and through its lens the times recast. The street remains, the sky still blue, but none of it looks back